I was his tenant. And I remember it was a very quiet night, and while I was walking along a row of houses, I heard footsteps following me at the back. I was walking like this lah, dengan anorak, you call it. And suddenly, before that I don't notice anybody. And suddenly I heard footsteps behind me. But I just continued walking. And then I heard, hey, this footstep is nearer and nearer, I said. I still continued walking, and I heard like these guys are running after me. And I really thought it was really behind me. And when I turned back, there were 3 white men, bigger size than me. And God knows what happens next. What do you think happens next? What happens next is like Mike Tyson practicing, practicing boxing. I was really bashed up. I was kicked, I was punched, and my spectacles dropped, my keys dropped. And when I look at that guy, I say, hey, why are you punching me? He kept on, like trying to finish me off, kan? And deep in my heart, I say, if I wait a moment longer, I'm going to be dead. So my sense tell me, just run, So I turned around and I ran. And luckily, it was not very far, about 50 meters to my house, Of course, when I turned into the house, then they ran back away. This is a very frightening experience where I was mugged, I was attacked in this area called East Ham. Now, my friends, what do you think of my experience? Are you lucky or am I lucky? Very slow, rasanya. When I talk about strange noises, were very loud. My friend, this was my life. It was tough. And for that reason, my friend, actually, I made one very brave decision. In my second year, again, I'm just sharing experience. I'm not suggesting anything here. I'm not suggesting anything at all, but this is just to tell you what I did in March 1978, exactly 1 month before my examination. You know what I did? I did one very brave thing which you all must not do unless you want to commit suicide. What do you think I did? What? Yes, I got married. I got married exactly 1 month before my second year exam. Not to an Englishman, I married a Malaysian, someone that I met about 6 months earlier, and she actually was studying in Manchester. I was in London. Because I cannot forget all this strange. I got married. By the way, I'm not suggesting anything, right? Did I tell you to do anything? No. Don't SMS your father. No. The Vice Chancellor has suggested that I should get married now. I'm not suggesting anything. But I got married, yes. In the second year, my wife was in the first year. And after that, I did the reverse of Mr. Zach's girlfriend. I travel north every weekend. Tadi Mr. Zach's girlfriend travel to London. Now I travel north every weekend. I give a lot. I gave good business to British Rail actually. For 2 years, I was traveling north. And you must be wondering, how did I do it, Jan? She was staying in the students' hostel lah dekat Manchester tu. I sneak in lah, quietly. But you cannot, huh? You cannot, let me remind you. Sini ada untuk married couple lah kan? Sana mana ada married couple? But I have to do that. And and I survive. Thank God I survive. Now, my friends, I am telling you all this for one reason. Of course, it is sharing of experiences, but for one reason. That whatever your problems in life, you kena marked, you lost all your money, you stay in a place where you cannot study, no reason, no excuse not to do well. Because after going through all this, I never give up. You know, I realize being Malaysian very shy. In the class, in this UK where you have a class full of whites, you have blacks, you have Hong Kong, you have Malaysian. The whites all speak very well. In the class they discuss very well. But kita Malaysian very shy. And when you go to the lab, you see all these white students, they can finish all the experiment in 1 hour. Myself, 2 hours also cannot finish the experiment. But the only thing I know in life is never give up. Never give up. There's no such thing as failure in life. Whatever you do, make sure you deliver. And this is what I want all of you to remember tonight, that you have come to a university where you have to perform. No excuse. You have to work hard. I am a very hardworking person. My wife tells me that, my children tells me that, my friends tell me that, and I'm not ashamed about it. I like to work hard. So all of you must work hard. Even if you have a girlfriend, don't spend too much time. Don't. Put more time in your studies. You agree? Yes. There is time for your wife, but when it comes to work, most of the time is for your work. Because when you work, you are supposed to put a service to those who pay you, right? So my friend, remember tonight that you have come to this university to work hard. You have come to UM to work hard. And when you leave UM, you have to continue to work hard. There's no rest in life. You agree? Yes. Work hard means work really, really hard. There's no such thing as, I have no time to do this, I have no time to do that. As students, you must remember, your first priority is your studies. That's number one. If anybody tells you that your priority is something else, that's bad advice. You agree? So my friend, remember the first word from tonight. That is, work hard. And work hard until you die. Work hard until you die. If tomorrow you are going to die, you still work hard today. You believe that? Yes. There is no such thing, alah, lemah lah, sakit badan lah, oh, letih lah. No. You must work really, really hard. Number one. Number two. very important character that you must have in you. A very important characteristic. Number 2 is what? 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 Yes, I include the never give up under the hard work tadi lah. What is the second word that I want to promote tonight? The second word that I want to promote tonight adalah courage. Courage in Malay is keberanian. In life you must have courage. Jangan takut. There's nothing to be scared of. But of course, you are only courageous if you are doing the right things, not the wrong things, right? In life, always do the right things, don't do the wrong things. So you must have the courage to speak up. You must have the courage to try new things. Hard work, and second is courage. If you want to be a leader, you must have these two very important things. If you leave UM and there in your heart you are still worried or scared to do things, that's not very good. Because we want you all to leave UM as leaders, and leaders must have the courage in whatever you do. Provided you are doing the right things. We are not telling you to do the wrong things. The third thing, in fact tonight I want to promote 5 things. First is hard work, second is courage. What do you think is the third? Sorry? Patience tu kadang-kadang bercanggah dengan courage. But the third word I want to promote tonight is the word called ethics. Ethics. Ethical. And it is combined with the word honesty. This part I'm very worried. Honesty. What it means is this: you must never lie. Never tell a lie. Not to be able to not to tell a lie all the time is a very, very difficult thing, because some people every minute they tell a lie in order to survive. But never do crooked things. For example, as students here, don't copy. Sometimes they call it plagiarism. Have you heard of the word plagiarism? Don't take somebody's report, put into your report, and you say this is your report. Because plagiarism is a crime. If you want to look at somebody's report, boleh, you can do that. But you must refer to it, reference it, and acknowledge it. But don't take somebody's ideas, somebody's writing, put into your report as if it is your own report. It is a crime. It is called academic dishonesty. You must be ethical. Because if you do this here, when you go out and you practice outside, then you do more terrible things. What is it? Have you heard of the word corruption? If you are not ethical, if you feel that it's okay to cheat a bit, then you may end up becoming dishonest. You may end up becoming corrupt. Don't ever do unethical things. So hard work. Number 2 is courage. Number 3 is you have these 3 pun, you're already 80% there. Never tell a lie, please. Be ethical. If you cannot complete the report, say, sir, I'm sorry, I didn't do it yet. Have the courage to say it. It is better to get 0 than to get 80 marks but it's copied report. No use. All my lab experiments, which I never copied from anybody, I still keep it today, even though the marks are not very high. But I'm very happy with it because I know it is my own work. Now, this point I have to stress a bit because in the academic world, a lot of academic dishonesty happens. A lot of copying happens. We don't want you to get first class honors by being unethical. We don't want that. We want you to go out whereby if people talk to you, they know I believe him 100%. But the reality, my friends, the reality today, if I speak to 20 people, to say that I believe him 100% is very difficult. And to know whether you can say I believe him 100%, you have to be with him for many, many years before you can say this. But if you know ada orang you can believe 100%, make him as your best friend. Make him as your best friend. You know, 25 years ago, I went to New Zealand. New Zealand. 25 years ago. I just came back from New Zealand last week. In New Zealand, they sell newspaper by putting the newspaper there and beside it are the coin box. Newspaper and coin box at the side. Have you seen this in this country? If you do that, what will happen? In New Zealand, the taxi driver who took me from the hotel to the airport, when I was on my way back, he said when he drives home, he will just leave the key in the car, in the front of the house. Do you all do that or not here? So this is why I say, actually, it is incredible that a country like New Zealand, you can have that kind of level of honesty, you know. And according to Transparency International, New Zealand is among those that is ranked on top in terms of honesty. You can see people selling newspaper, you can even see cookies, biscuits. They put there, you put the coin box. Now, this is the third point, and I hope you remember, please, 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 my friend, don't ever say this is the only time I will lie, next time I will never lie. Because it doesn't work that way. You lie today, you are going to lie again. If you lie today, you are going to lie again. So, please remember, if you have lied in the past, that is the past. But please, the first thing that you must try to tell yourself after today's talk is that I will never lie, I will never be dishonest anymore in my life. Because anyone who can really be 100% all the time honest, you are going to go to paradise, you know. You will go to paradise. Because it's a very difficult thing to do, right? Because if you are honest, if you are ethical, there will be no corruption, there will be no cheating. And that's the number 3 and I hope you remember it well.